You know, you as you get on later in life, man, you realize like I said, like last time we spoke, you got good guys around you, man, and you just lucky to have guys like that around, man. Really good guys.
I know something I talked to them about was their experience, coming from where they are. I mean, because right now our focus is on Black voices, and particularly within our community, because we haven't really created enough space for stories to be shared. But another reason that I wanted you to be a part of it as well was for that and for your perspective. But one thing I posed to them was their experiences being in Hawaii, and what we can do for as non-Black, non-white people even in Hawaii who want to express their allyship or help to uplift the Black voices around them, elevate them. What can they do?
I think the most part is just like to listen. I think that's the hardest part, is to kind of hold back and not want to give your feedback, not want to give your input.
Yeah.
And I know it, man. I know it has to be uncomfortable, to talk about it, to address it, even as a person of color, right? Who, is the people who a lot of this is targeted at, as far as like the hate and the lack of respect, it's even hard for us to talk to our non-Black friends.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you don't want to make them feel like they're accountable for, responsible for what has happened in the past. You don't want them to feel guilty. I think that all you want from them is to know that they're going to be on your side to help you get through it. To not be afraid to say, hey, you know what, my people messed up. I think that's what we really want, is just to say, hey, you know what, D, I love you, man, and and we know who our friends are. We know the ones that love us, right? Who are gonna stand by us, But for those that we're not sure of, it'd be good just to say, hey, you know what, man, what happened to your culture, your people in the past was wrong, and there should be, some kind of consequences, and for the people who did this in the past, and the people who carry it on, and I think that's all we want. We don't expect. I don't even expect people to march with us, to be honest with you. You know, because sometimes, how can we expect that for you when it's like sometimes it feel like it's not your fight. It's not your battle. But we appreciate it when you do. Wholeheartedly, we really do. But it's so tough, man. It's such a sensitive subject.
Yeah.
And like I said, even like as Black people, sometimes it's we can talk about it amongst ourselves, without any issues. But to kind of like get other people to talk about it, it can be uncomfortable, and it's so sad, man. Because like I said, all you want is just people to say, what, it was wrong. But some people can't. Some people refuse to let go of that train of thought, and that's what's really, it's really discouraging. To be honest with you, it's hurtful. To be honest with you, man, it really hurts to know that some of the people that you know and respect, you give respect to these same people that won't give the same respect to your own people, and and then some people say, well, D, I've never treated you like that. I've always respected you, but I don't need it. Sometimes I feel like I don't need it. It's sometimes I'd rather for you to give my people respect than giving me the respect, because sometimes they need it more because they've been through worse times than I have. So I just think that I love the unification that's taking place right now. I love the diversity that I'm seeing in the protests. It shows that we're not in this by ourselves, and that's very comforting. That is so comforting to know that so many people see the things that how we see it and how we feel it, and it's good to know that. I just think there just has to be a continuous effort.
Yes.
To continue to stand up against the people who don't think that we deserve the respect, who don't think that we deserve the voice. I think that when it comes to African Americans in this country, I think that we have shown true patriotism. Mm-hmm. You know, we none of us have ever like gone out there and seeked revenge, you know, for what has happened to our people in the past. Mm-hmm. You know, we're not out there protesting against quote unquote white people. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that we have made it clear that who we have our disagreements with are any people of color who just don't want everybody to have freedom, to have the same rights that they have. You know, I think that's very hypocritical for you to only care about your own people having the rights mm-hmm. to express themselves, to go and live the way that they want to live. I think that's so selfish and that's so hypocritical because this whole entire country is made of immigrants. Mm-hmm. There, other than the Native Americans, which I also have Native American blood in my family, you know, those are the only people who can truly say that they are from this country. Yeah, yeah. You know? But it's I think one thing that we always have to remember is that we didn't come here freely. You know, everything that we were supposed to be connected to, the history of our people, our bloodlines, our culture, our country, we don't even have a relationship with. We don't even have ties with. It's like literally like being like picked up and dropped in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Right? And not having anybody to lean on, not having anybody to trust, not even knowing who you really are. You know? And that's for people to like look at us as if like we've done something wrong. Mm-hmm. We were wronged. We Absolutely. Are the wronged people. Yes. Because we have no history. We have no real culture. Mm-hmm. You know, everything, like even like African people, we can't relate to them. Yeah. And what's really even more disheartening is a lot of those same African people turn their back on us. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And so you're talking about lost people. In a lot of ways, we are lost. You know, we don't know what to identify with but ourselves. Yeah. You know, and when the same people that we want so bad to just embrace us, man, and you know, and love our culture like we love their culture and we embrace their culture, and you know, when they don't do the same in return, what do you do? Mm-hmm. You know, what do you have to lean on? Who do you trust? You know, other than your own people. And right now, I just think that's what's going on. You don't even know who to trust. The current landscape of things, the current environment of things, man, I feel like we're looking at each other like we never looked at each other before, with so much question, with so much doubt. Even just walking around and getting exercise every day, you see people of different color, you wonder what they think of you. Yeah. You know? And sometimes you wonder, you know, who they are. You know, mm-hmm. Who are you? Are you one of the people that at one time wished that, you know, you could hang us? Mm-hmm. You know? Are you okay with policemen kneeling on our necks and choking us? Is that okay with you? You know, because what if that was your kid? You know, what if that was you? Would you want somebody to help you? Mm-hmm. So would you want people to suffer the consequences for doing something like that to one of your loved ones? Of course you would. So we just want the same respect in return, you know, the same expectations, the same consequences, you know, the same respect and the same support, you know, that everybody else had. That's all we want. And, you know, I'm not with the whole rioting, you know, nobody likes to, you know, the violence, you know, tearing up property and destroying mm-hmm. people's businesses that they've, you know, lived their lives to grow and develop. I think that's totally uncalled for. But, you know, the irony of the whole thing is that in a lot of cases, that wasn't even us. Yeah. You know, it's like we're being set up. You know, it's almost like we're being set up to fail, you know, or to be pushed into the fire. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know? And I think that over time, over history, I think one thing that Black people have learned is that, yeah, of course, peaceful protest is the way. You know, the biggest, the most admired icon in our history, Dr. Martin Luther King, was a prime example of what peaceful protest can do. You know, how it can also be effective. You know, but also we also know that in our communities, you know, if you are out here tearing up stuff, you're only tearing up your own people's property.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And you know, the same places where your loved ones go to work at every day, you know, depend on to like for essentials, for essential items. So you know, it's just a shame that there's other cultures out there trying to destroy not only our image but the message that we're really trying to get out there, by going out there and masking themselves as us. Right, and destroying property with no intent to be part of the solution. And I think it shows, you know, the real fabric of this country as far as like what has brought us to this point. It's a certain group of people. You know, if you really want to look at a lot of the negative history about our country, it all can point back. Well, the majority of it can point back to one group of people.
Indeed.
And that's not a certain color. You know, it's a mindset.
Yes.
Is what it is.
Yes.
Right. Because you know, a lot of people like to point it at just like, you know, white people, but I know too many good white people, man. You know, I know too many good white people to be blaming white folks. You know, it's there's a lot of Hispanic people
the message.
People who assimilate, you know, and join the other side because they feel like that's the way to, you know, not be on the other end of the beat. You know,
a lot of people of color, not just all in between.
I mean, I've run into agreements with my own people online. You know, and I don't want to call them brainwashed, you know, but they just can't relate. You know, because they never had to live that life where I've been on the other end, physically, literally. So, you know, just I think that, you know, in the next few days, you know, I think things are toned down. You know, they'll calm down. But I think it's important for us to all be vigilant when it comes to wanting respect for everyone. You know, wanting rights for everyone, and you know, if we can do that, we can make progress. You know, we can heal the wounds of our people. You know, but one thing I realized, like I said, the last few days, I realized it's not just us hurting. This country's hurting, man. You know, because I think all of us expect us to be at a much better place in the year 2020 than we are right now when it comes to this.
Definitely. Yeah, you know, for sure.
Like I remember having dreams of, you know, 2020, we're supposed to see like, you know, flying cars and, you know, and, you know, but part of that also is like we expect the diversity to be so much more balanced.
Yes.
When it comes to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And but I think that a lot of this stuff that's going on is holding us back.
Yeah.
From all those things, you know, we're supposed to be sharing these great ideas and great thoughts and you know, great visions with each other. You know, and then you know how it is when somebody else gets you know, they hear about a vision, and they're the ones that be able to build it and make it come to life.
Yeah.
You know, and make it activated. You know, but we don't even want to share it with each other no more. You know. It's like you're afraid to share. You're afraid to share those ideas and thoughts with each other because, you know, some of them become used against you, or some of them people take them and steal them.
That's true.
That's just not the human way to do things.
No.
You know, it's just not. So like I said, I think in the next few days, you know, hopefully the healing can begin. You know, we've seen the officers. You know, to me, I finally think that they've gotten, you know, the charges that they deserve. I think what happened over the past few days, I think from the first day to now, more video footage came out that showed that, you know, more happened than what we thought or what was initially shown to the world. But when you see that video clip, when they finally got him in the back of the car and they beat him in the back of the car, I don't know if you even saw that.
Yeah,
But
no, yeah.
but they beat him in the back of the car, man. You know, and then pushed him out into the road. You know, maybe expecting cars to run over him and finally kill him. But
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to say that I know what the mindset of these people are, but how could they have let him live?
Yeah.
If after they knew that they did that to him,
of course,
you know what I'm saying, in the back of that vehicle.
Seems premeditated in that way as well. Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's sad, man. You know, I feel for those families, for those people, you know, because they left a bad reflection on those families, those kids that have to grow up with knowing that their parents, their fathers did this to an innocent human being, man. You know, that should still be alive today. But you know, it was just a tilting point, you know, of literally like what felt like every day for the past few days that this was happening to a person of color.
Yeah.
You know, unjustly. You know, and it was happy to, you know, it was very refreshing to see the world come together, this country come together. It was like the world came together.
Yes.
I heard about the marching and the protesting in London, you know, Canada, New Zealand,
Paris.
you know, Paris.
Yeah.
You know, it shows that this world is a better place than what we're seeing right now.
Yes.
You know? So I just hope and pray that in November everybody gets out there and votes. You know, and we make a difference and we show we want to make a difference in the image of this country. We want our country back.
Yes.
You know? We want our country back because right now I feel like it's being held hostage by a bunch of bad-spirited people. And, no, I want the love back. You know?
Yes.
Love back from America. That's what I want.
Yes. Well, mahalo, Darrick. I mean, you've poured your heart out, and we are here to listen, and we'll do whatever we can to continue to elevate you, to uplift you, uphold all of our brothers. We have our ohana, our Black ohana, and UH, and I, to be clear with that, I mean, we need to let their voices be heard. We've gone
I think the truth of the matter is that we just gotta accept each other for the family that we really are.
Yes.
You know, we all one. This world is one big family. You know, just stop this madness, man. Thinking that one group of people are superior than another group of people. None of that's true. We're all made of the same flesh, blood, and bones.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
We have the same things in us that the next man have in us, or woman have in them. You know, so let's let that foolish state of mind go. You know?
I agree.
And let's get back to appreciating each other, respecting each other, embracing each other. I love learning different cultures and different backgrounds, man. I think that's what makes me who I am today. Just embracing other people, you know, and their cultures, you know, not judging, you know, and you know, when you come from a background where I went to like all black high school, I went to all black schools, period. You know? There might be a handful of other ethnicities in the whole student body of all the schools I went to. But, you know, when you come and like you open your mind and you open your world to the other cultures, man, that's the real educational experience right there. You know?
Yeah.
That's when you really learn about yourselves by learning through others. And I owe that coming to Hawaii, you know, and being willing to, you know, be vulnerable, you know, not have that, the traditional background that I was used to, meaning being around just my people, you know. Somewhere along the way, I knew that, you know, knowing more about the world was what I needed, and I think everybody needs that. I think that if everybody learned a little bit more about each other, interacted with each other, you know, because it's different than just reading books. You know, you got to feel each other. You know, you got to taste each other's food. You know? You got to, you know, walk in each other's homes. You know, you got to walk with each other to really know each other.
Yes.
So that's how I feel, man. You know, and if we do more of that, you know, I think we'll be all right, and we can put this behind us along with the virus, and continue to be there for each other, and
absolutely
get back on the right path.
Well, we walk with you. We support you. And mahalo for sharing, Darrick. And that was a perfect way, I think, to, segue from another day of another day for a lot of us who don't have to every day have to deal with these issues. Now it's for the rest of us to have to burden ourselves in some way if it makes us feel uncomfortable with understanding the issues. And I say it as a burden because people, we carry on, like you said, I mean, particularly Black people, but a lot of brown people, anybody that looks intimidating. We talked to RJ today. He can't escape what he looks like, especially someone as big as him too. So it's like, how does he navigate the world, and how can we look through his eyes and navigate the world? So
it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay, it's okay. Imagine how we feel. I'm saying we've been uncomfortable our whole entire lives.
Yes.
I've been beaten up by policemen. Me and my friends have been beaten up by policemen. But do I hate policemen? No. Do I love policemen? Yes. I was talking to my boy Dave Hallams today, man.
Yeah.
And I talked about the Veneries. He was a police officer, man. And
right.
John Veneri Sr., and there's so many.
Yes.
And so it's not about a culture, it's not about one particular culture, one particular race. It's about us all just coming together, man, and just once again just appreciating each other and loving each other and respecting each other. And if we do that, we'll be smiling again, and it's hard to smile right now, man.
That's hard, yes.
It's hard to even sleep right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know it.
But we know that we know this. We're gonna put this behind us, and we're gonna. I think we just appreciate and show our gratitude even more for each other.
When I was a baby, they would wobble to stand upright. When I got older, they got stronger to push the pedals on my bike. In high school, I would use them to run up and down the field. They sat me down for my first interview and stood me up to seal the deal. But then I used them to jog, and I got followed. But then I used them to dodge, and it ended in sorrow. But now I drop down on them, and for those lives I pray, but never I'd expect they get used on a neck to slowly drift life away.